in trials, we need to switch things up a little bit and take things out of turn. So what we're going to do now is we're going to come back to the last expert that you had the next time we meet, okay? And we'll come back to his direct testimony, and we'll go through the rest of his testimony at that time. What we have now is a remote witness that has been waiting all day, and he's in an area that is going to be impacted out of state with the weather. So I wanted to make sure we got him today. Not that I'm hoping he doesn't lose electricity anytime in the next few days, but we just want to make sure we got him in for you. So we're just going to take him out of turn, okay? All right, so you want to call your next witness?
Yes, Your Honor. I'd call Nick Barreiro.
All right, Mr. Barreiro, if you could raise your right hand for me. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth under penalty of law?
I do.
Mr. Barreiro, can you hear me? This is John Carroll.
Yes, sir, I can.
Okay. Sir, can you state your name, spelling it for the court reporter that we have here?
Yeah, sure. It's Nick Barreiro, N-I-C-K. Last is B-A-R-R-E-I-R-O.
And sir, what is your area of discipline as an expert?
I'm an audio-video forensic analyst.
And can you give the ladies and gentlemen, the jury, an idea of your background that allows you to become an audio-visual analyst?
Sure. I spent 15 years in law enforcement in California before founding my own media forensics firm, and I've been doing this type of work full-time for the past a little over 5 years now.
And do you have any training, specific training that allows you to be an expert in this area?
I do. I've attended a lot of specialized trainings. I received my certification as a certified audio-video forensic analyst through the Electronic Technicians Association. I've also done training with the FBI. I'm a member of the Digital Imaging and Video Recovery Team through the FBI. I've done training specifically on all of the software that I use in my work, both for enhancement and analysis of any sort of recorded evidence. I've taken a lot of classes through the University of Colorado at Denver, which is kind of the gold standard for media forensics training, and lots of other vendors. I've done a lot of specialized training.
And how long, and let me ask you this, are you part of, I think you mentioned an organization that you're part of? Are there any other organizations that you're involved with related to your specialty?
Yes, I'm an active member of the International Association for Identification. I'm an active member of the Audio Engineering Society and the Electronic Technicians Association International, who provided the certification for the audio-video forensic analyst certification.
Now, do you, with that experience, do you train other people that are in your discipline?
I have trained law enforcement professionals in the proper way of handling and analyzing digital evidence. I've trained security professionals. I haven't trained anybody specifically that does exactly what I do. I haven't trained any of my competition, if you will, but I've trained a lot of other related individuals.
Okay, and have you testified in court relating to your findings and analysis?
I have.
And how many times would you estimate?
I've testified in court since I left law enforcement. I testified many times while I was a police officer and a detective, but since I left law enforcement and I've been doing this full time, I've testified about 30 times. About half of those were in depositions, and about half of those were in trials like this one or other sort of court hearings.
And have you been qualified as an expert in those courts that you've testified?
I have.
And how many times have you been qualified in the courts that you've attended?
All of them, all of them. I've never not been qualified as an expert.
And what states have you been qualified in?
Ooh, I wouldn't be able to give you an exhaustive list off the top of my head, but a lot of states.
Okay, have you ever been qualified, well, you're in Tennessee, correct?
I am.
Have you ever been qualified in Tennessee?
I have been, yes.
Have you ever been qualified in Virginia?
I believe so, but don't quote me on that. Again,
Okay.
I don't recall. A lot of my testimony
Judge, if I
is
may.
remote like this.
We'll stipulate to his qualifications
Okay.
as an
All
expert.
right, do you want to move him in as an expert in
Yes.
audio-video analysis?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
I'd move Mr. Barreiro in as an expert in audio-video analysis for the record.
All right, so moved.
Mr. Barreiro, calling your attention to the case that you worked on for, or the Banfield case, what specific
Yes, sir.
digital evidence did you receive for your examination?
I received 2 digital files. One was a 911 recording. It was just a short recording, an audio recording of a 911 call. And then I also received a longer recording. It was an exemplar recording titled Lily 3 Original, and it contained sounds of a dog barking, whining, that sort of stuff.
And can you explain to the court what an exemplar is?
Sure.
And the
So
ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
Yeah, absolutely. So in forensic analysis, often we are using exemplars as a comparison. A known sample, such as this Lily recording is an exemplar because it's a known recording of this dog named Lily.
Judge, at this time.
That is now.
Excuse me, sir, I'm sorry. I would object to the testimony of a known recording. I don't believe he's laid any foundation to show that he knows anything about the recording.
All right, I'll sustain the objection.
Okay. Did you hear that, sir?
I did.
So what I was just asking you is what an exemplar was. And
Yes. So
go ahead.
Sorry, yes. In general, an exemplar recording is a known recording of known origin that can then be used as a point of comparison against an unknown or a questioned recording.
Can you briefly explain what a hash value is and why it's important for forensic integrity?
Yes, a hash value is like a digital fingerprint for a digital file. It's a unique value that is calculated on the file. It's not part of the file itself. It's calculated using every bit of data that's in the file. So because it's a really complicated mathematical algorithm that is done to the file, if any one single bit of data is changed within the file, the hash value changes. So hash values are what we use to uniquely identify digital evidence like this, and I calculated the hash values for the recordings in this case so that we can just verify that I used the exact unaltered copies of the original evidence that you have there in court.
Okay, thank you. If I could just ask you a little bit about your methodology.
Yes, sir.
What are the terms critical listening, waveform, and spectrographic analysis? Can you explain those terms to us?
Sure. Critical listening is it's a very detailed, repeated review of the audio data using high quality professional headphones and on a professional forensic workstation. And that's done usually it's done in conjunction, kind of hand in hand with waveform and spectrographic analysis. And waveform and spectrographic analysis it's a way to visualize the audio data that you're actually hearing in the headphones. So the waveform, I think most people are familiar with what the waveform looks like. It's a squiggly line going from left to right across the screen, and it represents the volume or the amplitude of an audio signal over time, whereas the spectrogram does the same from left to right. It represents the same sort of a timeline, but it also adds a third component, which is the frequency or the pitch that is present in the recording.
And sir, what does a spectrogram show us that our ears might miss?
So the spectrogram visually separates the sound that your ear hears as just one continuous sound. The spectrogram visually separates that sound into its frequency components. So higher frequencies are at the top of the spectrogram, lower frequencies are at the bottom of the spectrogram. And it allows us to kind of see past the noise or overlapping sounds in a recording. You can look at it like the difference between taking a bite of cake and you taste cake. You know, most people know what cake tastes like. But this allows us to not only taste the cake, but it allows us to separate that into its individual components, right? The flour, the butter, the sugar, all the ingredients. That's kind of what the spectrogram does, is it separates out the audio signal into its component frequencies.
And in preparing your report, did you create figure or examples of this?
I did.
Okay.
Spectrograms for both the exemplar recording and for the 911 recording.
And do you have your report?
I do.
Okay, is that possible to share your screen? I don't know how.
No. Do you have his report?
I do.
Then you can share your screen.
Okay. Sir, I'm going to open up your analysis and report.
Okay.
Judge, just to move things along, we are going to object to the witness's report being offered into evidence. If there are specific photographs or diagrams he wishes to reference, those would be fine. The report, no.
That's what I'm referring to now, Judge.
I know. You're referring to the report, but I guess the question is, what are you going to glean from referring to the report? Because she's saying that she's going to object to it coming into evidence.
Well, there are examples of what he's speaking about that would be instructive.
Well, I'm sure he remembers his report, and if he doesn't, he can refresh his memory by looking at it.
I was just, okay. Mr. Barreiro, what is fundamental frequency?
If you could turn your laptop off, or just so we can.
So then that'll go off.
Turn it off.
That's okay. That's fine. Go ahead. We're good. Go ahead. Oh. Go ahead. Ask your question.
Are you there, Mr.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Barreiro?
Go ahead. Yes.
What is fundamental frequency?
He doesn't need to share his laptop.
I'm sorry, I missed it. Are we able to show any diagram or any of the images?
No, we're
not able
going
to
to
show the images.
We're
Okay.
going to rely upon your recollection.
Okay. So if you were able to see the spectrogram, again, you have the higher frequencies at the top of the screen, lower frequencies at the bottom of the screen. The fundamental frequency is basically the lowest line in that spectrogram, and it represents the kind of the baseline pitch of any sound. So I don't know them off the top of my head, but every musical note on the scale has a specific pitch that is the definition of that note, and that is the fundamental frequency of that note, and that's symbolized as F0 in diagrams that you'll see of a spectrogram. F0 is the fundamental frequency.
Okay, sir, have you listened to the items of evidence that you received for examination recently?
I have.
Okay, and would you, if I play them, would you recognize those?
Yes, I would.
Okay. I think you had referenced the Lily 3 as an exemplar recording.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going to play that for you now.
Is that already in evidence?
No, it is not, Judge, and we would object.
Okay, so well, let's mark it. And what's the objection?
Foundation.
All right, we're going to mark it. There's objection to foundation.
Yes, Your Honor.
What's next?
193.
183. I'm just going to, I'm sorry?
193.
193. Okay, I'll mark it as 193. But the objection is foundation.
Yes, Your Honor. Sir, did you hear the exemplar 911 call?
Sir, you can't play it. Sir, you want to approach Mr.? Mr. Carroll, if we can continue, I have a juror that needs to leave at 5, please. So can we continue? Okay.
Sir, are you familiar with the exemplar 911 concatenated wave?
I am. Yes, I created that file.
Okay. And did you create that off of the 911 call that was provided to you for examination?
Yes, it's a concatenation. It's a combination of the 911 call and the exemplar.
Sir, we're gonna play the first exemplar of the first 911 call, or the only 911 call that you received.
Is this Exhibit 1
This would be,
or Exhibit?
it would be Exhibit 193,
No, I mean,
194.
I thought we were playing the 911 tape that was already in evidence, Exhibit
Oh,
1.
it is the same
So
one.
all right, then we can play Commonwealth's 1.
If we can be completely clear, the witness just testified that he made a concatenated recording. That's the overlay of the
Okay.
not admitted exhibit on top of the 911 call. If counsel is asking to play Commonwealth's Exhibit 1, the admitted 911 call, no objection.
Okay. Are you going to play the Exhibit 1?
I'm going to
911
play
call?
the first 911 call. If-
Not something that he created, but.
Not
the
something he
original-
created.
The original
something-
911 call.
Something that was provided to him from our discovery.
And that's what you're going to play now, is
Yes.
just that one?
Yes.
Any objection?
As long as the one that he provided to his witness is the same as was admitted in evidence, no objection.
Well, I'm happy to play the one that's admitted in evidence, but this is the one that I received from Discovery, so
It
I
should
would
be the same
assume.
one then.
Should be the
Okay,
same.
so Commonwealth 1, let's play Commonwealth 1.
Sir, can you hear this?
If we can't hear it, he can't hear it. Okay. We shouldn't have to see it. Oh, it's the audio file.
I've got it too.
Thank you, Gerald.
I'm in the corner now.
Yes, please. Thank you, sir.
So I'm trying to play this file. He's on there.
Your Honor, I can just play it.
I mean, I have IT here to help
Okay.
him as well.
February 24th.
I agree.
47, 32. Fairfax County 911, where's your emergency? Hello, Fairfax County 911. February 24th, 2023, 7:47, 39.
Sir, were you able to hear that?
I was.
Okay. Now, that 911 call was the comparison to Lily 3 that you had received, correct?
Correct.
And what, if anything, did you do with just the 911 call?
So the 911 call can be broken up into three separate parts. The beginning is the dispatch, well, it's an automated voice talking about the date and time, and then it's the dispatcher's voice answering the call. And there's a little bit of background noise during that when the dispatcher's answering. And then there's this brief, it's about a second and a half, I think it's 1.4 seconds of what could be a groaning sound. And that is really the only portion of the recording that I did anything with. So I ignored the automated voice at the beginning and the dispatcher answering the call. I used the 1.4 seconds after that before the end of the call, which is the dispatcher asking again if there's somebody on the line, and then the automated voice again, and it ends. So it's really just that 1.4 seconds in the middle of the call where that apparent groaning sound is that I focused on in that recording.
Okay. There's been a foundation objection
Can you
relating
move your
to...
microphone back up? Move your
Sorry.
microphone, thank you.
There's been a foundation objection relating to the Lily 3 file that you've received. So we're going to have to get evidence as to the foundation before we can continue on with your examination.
Okay.
I'm not certain when that will be, but are you willing to get back on at the appropriate time?
Yes, sir.
All right, is there any cross-examination based on?
Not at this time.
All right,
Your Honor, I would at this time, continue on with our previous examination and have
All right.
Mr. Barreiro come back
Just on
in
call?
when the
Okay,
time's
Mr.
appropriate.
Barreiro, we'll call you again when we need you, okay, sir?
Okay,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Your Honor, if you could admonish him that he's subject to recall and can't discuss his testimony.
Right. You are subject to recall, sir. You're kind of in the middle of your testimony at this moment, I guess, in a way. So you really can't talk to anybody in the case to include the defense team at this point, because it seems like he suspended your testimony, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. All right. Thank you, guys.
Your Honor, in terms of speaking with him, can I speak to him about the timing of when he may be testifying again
Well, yeah,
without?
we'll take care of that. We
Okay.
have his email now and everything, so if you could let us know, we can contact him and make sure he's set up.
Okay,
Okay?
Thank you.
Just give us enough lead time to do that.
yes.
All right, want to come back to Stan in a moment? Can you get that back off?
I'm hoping.
You want to give it a second to finish?
Don't get hit by the
You're going the wrong way.
max headroom device.
Why is it going down? Oh, it is. Sorry. Oh, it is. Yeah. Okay. Okay. And then. It just takes a while. I know. It's like I did.